Obviously, extremely proud of how these guys responded today. In a rivalry game, we had a quick turnaround, and going into the game a little concerned about our legs, but this guy right here, he stepped up big time. I thought he played a great game versus Davidson, had some pop to him, and I wanted to make sure that we started out the game with some energy and Jarrett, he set the tone for us, bringing us great energy on the defensive end, and we're just sitting here talking. It's like coincidentally when you bring great energy on the defensive end, usually the ball ends up finding you on the offensive end, and I think that's what happened. So, great overall team effort, but I got to give Jarrett his props, man. He set the tone for our team today, and really helped us, pull the tough one out versus St. Joe.
Questions for Jared? Questions for Jared?
Hey, Jared, just before we even get to this game, you started this season, you were a starter, then you started coming off the bench, and just get to this moment. Just what has your mindset been like personally for you just throughout this entire process?
My mentality was going up and down. Went through an injury, coming back from that, struggling, trying to get into a groove. And then I just let all that stress go, and I found my groove, and it helped me play well today and in the past couple games.
And then just to, have a performance like you did today after, you just said going through the things that you've been going through, up to this point, just how did that feel? Just, career high and you were everywhere. How did that feel to have that type of performance?
It feels great. Especially my teammates giving me the energy to keep going, playing harder, my coach still. But it felt great just going out there and just playing hard today.
What was the key for you? What's the key for you when the way you play? There aren't a lot of plays drawn up for you and things like that, but you always find yourself just in the middle of, what's going on.
Can you repeat the beginning again? I couldn't really hear.
What's the key for the way that you play?
Oh, honestly, just try to screen my teammates, get them open, because I know that eventually that would get me open. And bringing energy on defense, I take a lot of pride in defense and defending. So that's first. And go after offensive rebounds. Just doing all the energy plays to help my team go and give them energy.
Appreciate you, Jared.
Jared, when you get the first couple shots go down, how much of a lift did that give you? And did you think that was a big help today in getting the offensive performance that you did?
Yes, that was a real good lift for me. Just seeing the ball go in, it felt good. Gave me confidence to just keep going and attacking.
Thank you, Jared.
Hey, Jared, was there anything in particular you were doing going into this game that got things going from the start?
Just working hard in practice, staying after, getting extra shots up, and just playing with my teammates like off the court, just talking to them, hanging out with them, getting closer with them. So that helped me get closer with them and going out here and just being able to perform.
And can you talk about the way how you responded from the way you guys played on Saturday against Davidson?
We all knew that we were better than what we showed out there. So we all got together. We had a meeting. We said we got to get this thing rolling. And the next game was our rivalry game, and that's the most important game because it's our next game too. So we all knew we had to come together and we had to respond the right way instead of going downhill.
All right, thank you.
Anything else for Jared? All right, thanks, Jared.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one, guys.
All right.
Questions for Coach?
Coach.
How much did the turnovers, when you got the turnovers from St. Joe's, how much did that get your offense rolling?
Oh, I thought that was a huge, huge part of the game. We were able to, create some turnovers like midway through the first half. We were down 10. Then we were able to, go on a run just because we created some turnovers, got some easy baskets. It gave us some additional juice that we needed on defense to continue to, play with the effort that we needed to play with. I thought St. Joe's played well on offense. They made some tough shots early in the game. We knew that, we know that, they're a better team than what their record is. So, we respect them a great deal. We know that they have talented players that can score the ball. They're going to take a lot of threes, and they made some tough ones early. And I thought the pressure helped ignite a run once we created those turnovers.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about the way how your team responded from the way they looked on Saturday?
We didn't have time to really feel sorry for ourselves. We had to come back and prepare for St. Joe's, right? So, we had a difficult stretch, 3 games in a row where we didn't own the lead at all, right? So, we put those games behind us. Said, listen, we got a great opportunity ahead of us versus our rival on our home court. Let's just get locked in, focused on St. Joe's. We didn't practice. We watched a lot of film and wanted to keep our guys off their feet so they had fresh legs. I thought we looked like we had some pop to us today. So just proud of how they responded, didn't hold their heads, and got locked in and prepared for St. Joe's.
And how about the way how your bench looked today?
Well, like our bench it's like we have like 8 starters, man. So it's like the guys that are coming off the bench, they've all started at different parts of the year. And I think it's important that, our strength is in our numbers. I felt like, those guys came in the game, they were able to ignite us and give us a boost. And, just proud of the production that those guys gave us.
And how can you build off this game going into your next one?
I think that we needed a win. And our guys found a way to get it done today. And, we have a lot of things that we need to work on. A lot of things that have been exposed over the last 2 weeks. And it just gets back to, our habits and our details on both sides of the ball. So, we'll utilize, this week to rest up and then get back to the drawing board as we prepare for Richmond or whoever the A-10 schedules us to play next.
And one last one from me is, can you just talk about what's it mean to start this series with St. Joe's on this holiday?
You know what, man, Billy, this was Billy's idea. We were on the road recruiting, and I think, Billy and I's history is well documented. Everybody knows the respect that I have for him. He came to me and said, listen, man, like, what do you think about playing every year on Martin Luther King Day? I was like, man, that's awesome. Then the conversation just kept on going. And then we started talking about, the different ways that we can, make it a cool experience, not just for LaSalle St. Joe's, but for the Philadelphia basketball community, for the Philadelphia community and in general. Obviously we're in a pandemic right now, unfortunately, but, to have the opportunity moving forward to keep this game going where, we may be able to, invite, local elementary schools to the game. Most schools have off on this day. Find a way to engage our community that way and continue to keep Dr. King's legacy alive is something that is, it's important to me. And I'm very fortunate to be in a position to make a contribution like that.
Coach, from your perspective, from a coach's perspective, when you look at a player like Jared Kimbrough and, the energy that he brought today, they say that, you can't teach the physical attributes, the way people jump and things like that. But how rare is it, from a coach's perspective to have players who bring, just a different type of energy the way that Jared did today?
I mean, Jared's one of the best athletes in our league. I think, for him, it's all about just keeping a clear mind so he can go out there and play free and off of his athletic ability and off of his instincts, right? So, at times, I think, especially when, Jared was nursing an injury, he wasn't as aggressive. He was second guessing himself early in the year, and now he's finally healthy. And I think, today was an example of what he can be moving forward, if we can keep him healthy and get him to build off of a game like today.
earlier this year, you know, against Fordham, you scored the 89, which was the most, you know, LaSalle has scored in your tenure. Then you come around today and you scored 90, which is now the new high in your tenure.
I didn't even realize
it. And I mean, but you look at the roster, you look at the stats, and no one's averaging, you know, 10 points a game. Just what does that say about, you know, the mindset, the mentality of this team? I mean, you look at that, you don't have anyone just averaging 20 points a game or whatnot, but you have a bunch of guys that are contributing to, you know, some of your best offensive performances yet.
You know, I think what we need to do is we need to keep finding a way to get our guys to share the ball, move the ball, be willing passers. You know, the last 3 games prior to St. Joe's, you know, we didn't do that, and we struggled mightily. You know, we probably had games where we combined didn't score 90 points, right? So, you know, to come out here today and to play this well at home, you know, I think they did a great job of just getting the ball inside to Jared, and Jared did a great job of finishing, and then it opened up everything else for us. So, you know, just to continue to focus on finding ways to just keep the ball moving, keep our players moving, sharing the ball, playing inside out, all the things that we want to do on offense.
Yeah, before I let you go, we got to talk about the defensive intensity, especially it looked like midway through the first half at some point there where, you know, St. Joe started turning the ball over a little more. You start speeding them up and you know, they ended up with 18 turnovers. What did you say to the team? Just what changed that, you know, when early on they were making a bunch of shots, looked really comfortable, and then all of a sudden, I mean, they didn't.
Well, you know, we made some adjustments. We threw some pressure at them that you know, that created a couple turnovers that got us some easy baskets, and then I think, you know, we got those easy ones. It gave our guys more energy to do the job that we should have been doing earlier in the game on defense. So, you know, I'm just proud that our guys were able to, you know, hang in there. Even though we got off to a slow start. We were down early. They fought, you know, we responded, and then they were able to close the game out solid.
Appreciate you, Coach.
No doubt, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate
Couple more questions. You guys good?
Just
one
one for me. I know we're running on time here, but Ash, you guys scored 58 points in the paint today. Kind of a little different than what you guys are used to on the offensive end. What was sort of contributing to, you know, Jared's big game in the post? A lot of half-court sets with you guys.
Get the ball inside. Get the ball inside. I'm not going to – just tired of watching us swing the ball around the perimeter and jack up shots. You know, it's like we want to play inside out. You know, there was opportunities within the zone to get the ball inside. We got the ball inside in the middle of the zone. Jared was able to score the ball. He got comfortable. Then they met man to man. Jared was already in a rhythm, so we just kept feeding him, and he played well tonight. He had a good game. The hard work he's been putting in practice paid off for him today.